Hey everybody, Matt DeYoung here, and today it is time for another video, and I've actually made a commitment to make a video about marketing and about how to launch your online business. And basically what I care about most is that I could give you in one of these videos just one tip and one distinction that would really help you. And the reason that I wanted to make these videos partly is to practice making videos. To be honest, I haven't done a ton of videos myself, especially on camera. I've done screencasts, I've done webinars, I've done lots of that stuff, but I've never made videos. So I'm actually just kind of making this just to practice, but I figured since I'm doing it, I might as well make something that would be useful to you. So you can see that I'm here in my office. Someday I'll have to do a video tour about that. But in my office is where I do all the marketing magic, so to speak. It's really, I would say, more than magic, I would say learning. And I run a couple different websites, and one of them is called launchbrain.co, and this is where I really just publish everything that I'm learning about launching online businesses and how to go from just having an idea to starting, and then from starting to scaling to growing bigger. That's been my lifelong journey, and I've learned a lot, and I've made a lot of different mistakes, and I really, in a way, just want to tell you what those mistakes are so that you won't make them. I know you need to learn on your own, and we all need to learn in our own ways, but I figure if I just tell you what they are and tell you what I'm learning, then maybe that can really help you. So I've been a part of a lot of different launches. And recently I really committed. I realized I wasn't learning at the same pace that I had in the past. I've always spent a lot of money on courses and books and anything I can get my hands on about subjects that interest me or that I want to really achieve results in. One of the subjects is how to start a business. Another is how to market a business. Those are some of my most interesting things. And at the end of the day, I just want to figure out like what's valuable to people, and then if you have a solution for people, and how do you tell that story. And so I spent a lot of time figuring that out. And I've got to do it for some really cool companies. Some of them maybe you've never heard of. Others you've heard of. I've been a part of a team that launched sort of extended movie campaigns, online digital marketing for Disney and Target and Telemundo and NASCAR and NBA, and that's all good and great. But really, some of my biggest learning was launching my own stuff. And when I realized I wasn't learning at the same pace, this year I committed myself to both learn more, read more, and even try more. So I put together what I call my sandbox, stuff that I'm just trying to do and see if it would work out. So I launched probably 4 or 5 different products and campaigns around those products. They were largely like ebooks, courses, videos, stuff where I was just teaching what I knew and what I could give to people. And I realized there was something happening, which is that even though I've been doing this for like 16 years, I was failing. Literally, I was collecting a little bit of money, I was getting customers, I was getting leads. I mean, all that worked out to do the tactics you'd think you need to do to actually start a business. But at the end of the day, I wasn't getting raving fans or customers that I knew I could scale the business. It was losing money. Basically, it was unprofitable. So I had to stop all the projects. I mean, I have all the content and the courses done, and I made them quickly, so I didn't make the mistake of taking 6 months to make anything. Actually, I think we averaged like a product a month, and a pretty good one too. And I'll use it later, but the point is, I launched these products, they weren't profitable, so I had to stop, and I had to reevaluate. And to be honest, it was kind of an identity crisis because, like, look, I should know this stuff. I've launched 6 businesses on my own. I've been a part of 12 different launches, teams of people that have startup businesses or work for major brands, like I said a second ago. And it was really messing with me because, like, I should know this stuff, and why am I failing? And I really had kind of an identity crisis. And then I just said, you know what? It's not about, my identity is not my results. My identity is my ability to step back and get the right knowledge that will tell me the right strategy, and just basically use these 4 or 5 failures launching products online that didn't work out, even though I know better, to figure something out. And I finally figured out a number of things, but I just want to share one of them with you today. And what happened to me, and maybe this has happened to you, is I developed a product that I wanted to give people and not necessarily the product that they wanted. I tried to figure out what people wanted, but I didn't figure out what people wanted. And I went forth anyway, and I wound up with an unprofitable business. That's not what you want, right? Like, you want a profitable business, you want raving fans, And if you're anything like me, you want to actually help people. It's not just about business, but it's about helping people. So what I realized today is that I was making products in such a way, well, let me explain it to you this way. What I've been doing up until now is finding people who are hungry and don't have any food. Let's pretend I'm homeless and I'm hungry, and what I really need is like a sandwich. And I meet somebody, say, miss, sir, excuse me, do you have a sandwich? I'm hungry. I have no home. And what they say to me is, yeah, absolutely, I'll help you. And it's no problem. Here's some shoes. Now, I don't know about you, but if you've ever been like really, really hungry, and I'm not sure I've ever actually been really hungry. Like, I live in the United States, and we're blessed, and there's abundance, and I don't know that I've ever truly been as hungry as what I'm talking about. But if I was as hungry as what I'm talking about, where I'm homeless and I got nothing, and then I ask somebody for help and they give me shoes, I think that would be kind of upset. I'll be upset because I asked for help in a certain way and people weren't listening to me and gave me the wrong thing. But they were still trying to be helpful, and they had a good heart, and they're trying to help me out, and they're trying to add value in my life and give me what I need to sort of get out of my problems, the fact that I'm homeless and I don't have much. So they were really trying. It's not that they weren't listening. It's just, but how many times, if you think about it, if you've had some failure in life, where there's just been this misalignment where somebody wants one thing and you're giving them another thing and they don't line up, and so as a result you get stuck, or worst case you fail like I did, and it doesn't go where you want it to go. You really want to help people and you really want to build a business and you really want to scale, but you don't get there. And why is that? And I think a lot of times it's because there's a mismatch between what people want right now, what's their need, and what we're giving them. I know for me, I always want to give them the thing I think they need. And that's really kind of arrogant on my part. What I really should do is say, miss, mister, Mrs., what is the thing that's bugging you the most? Now, if I could figure out what's bugging somebody the most, and they say, I need a sandwich, and I say, well, look, I could do that. I have shoes. I could give you shoes, but you know what? Let me make you a sandwich. And what would be really cool is if I made the sandwich for them and then gave them shoes. Now, I'm talking crazy here about sandwiches and shoes. What does this have to do with business? Well, what it has to do with business is, if you make a product that people really need, it's not going to be a problem to find people to buy it, people to use it, because you're giving them exactly what they need. So, when it comes to products like Apple said, what people's problem is, they don't even know it yet, is that they're hungry to put songs, 1,000 songs in their pocket, and out of that was born a product called the iPod. And when Steve Jobs said, hey, we've solved this crazy problem for you, which is that what you really want to do is put 1,000 songs in your pocket and just be able to push play and listen to them, and it sounds great. When he showed it to us and described it to us in just the right way, we realized, we're hungry for that. That's our problem. And people flock to it. And it's, ever since then, it's just nothing but a trajectory of growth. And it's been an amazing ride for them. And it started with really solving a problem. Now, another one is GoPro. GoPro is a good example of, what you have these people that are doing crazy extreme sports, and they're amazing to watch, and not all of us can do it. But man, if you could find a way to record that underwater and in the craziest circumstances by making cameras smaller and making them so that they could go anywhere, if you could do that, wow, that would be cool. And a lot of people, not everybody, your grandma probably doesn't need a GoPro, but if you're a skier or a snowboarder or a skateboarder, or you skydive or do anything where you could capture some amazing footage, if you could have a durable camera that could go anywhere and just attach to anything, you could get some cool footage. And it doesn't take long for you to search on YouTube and find some really cool footage. Then somebody else said, what people are hungry for is to take those GoPros and put them in the air. So they attached it to a remote control helicopter, and they invented the DJI Phantom. And now you have a whole nother thing. So you notice it's not all about, innovation's not always about just inventing something totally new. It's about connecting the dots. If you can connect a hungry person with a sandwich, that's the kind of entrepreneur that we all need to be. And when it comes to online marketing, comes to starting online businesses, if you can identify people's hunger, if you can identify the problem they have now, give the solution to them that they need to fix that problem, and it gives you an opportunity to give them something else. If you give a hungry person a sandwich, you can give them some shoes. And I think that that is the lesson that's really life-changing for me. I hope it's more than just mumbo jumbo. I hope it's making some sense for you and giving you distinction. Thanks for watching the video, and I'll try to just keep on posting these and telling you what I know and what I'm learning, and I hope it helps you. Thanks for watching this video, and I'm going to see you in the next one.